one thing about gear lifting, everyone wants that instant gratification, that immediate, I throw on a shirt or I throw on a suit and I lift hundreds of more pounds. And unfortunately, anyone who's been in the sport for any sort of time knows that it doesn't work that way. However, the most important thing I feel like, with other than the fit of the gear, obviously that is important. So I'm not trying to downplay, you know, the importance of getting something that does fit your body and suit your lifting style. But um, just giving the gear enough time to work for you, slash you learning how to use that particular piece of gear as it molds to your body. So with most of these companies, like they give you something stock off the shelf, and eventually over time, with enough reps and enough weight, enough sweat and skin, it'll break in the material and it will start to form, like it'll actually shape to the contour of your body. Now, if you don't ever go through that full break in process, you're not ever going to fully learn how that piece of equipment works. So it may be, out of a list of 5 different suits, they all felt exactly the same, or perhaps they all felt completely different. The problem there was that you never spend enough time to really breaking in each one to get a feel for how the suit works on the long term. And that's where the magic happens. Um, I don't want to get super deep into this rant because I have nothing against using band shirts, but I do feel like that is one of the biggest. That's why a lot of people don't like the use of band shirts, because there's no break-in process. As long as you can handle and stabilize the weight that you're working with, then you basically get instant gratification. You get that instant increase in your numbers. And while that's fantastic as far as propelling the weights that lifters are able to lift, it's not always best case scenario for, let's just say, a younger lifter who is naturally very strong. They get into the sport, they have, let's just say, green bones. Um, they have green bones and they get to a heavy level very quickly, and those bones aren't ready to sustain that kind of weight. We're talking, these guys are benching over 1,000 pounds regularly now. You put an 18, 19-year old in a shirt like that, and it's not far-fetched that they could reach that level pretty quickly. However, it is far-fetched to imagine that their stabilizers and their bones and connective tissue and everything in general is ready to handle that kind of weight. So again, nothing against band shirts. I just think that it's important to really focus on the break-in process and learning how to use the gear, as well as letting give the body time to acclimate to those kind of weight loads and the difference in the biomechanics. Because gear lifting is very much so different than a raw lift. Raw lifts tend to be relatively natural in terms of biomechanics. The geared lifts, like 0% natural. There's nothing natural about what we do in gear.